It's my pleasure to invite Mrs. Obiageli Ezekwesili to present the lead address. Thank you very much.
I do want to thank the organizers of this event, the Future Award, and their collaborating partners. And I want to thank the co-speakers with me at this event. I want to also welcome every one of you. As I was coming up, I said to Yemi Ogumbi that after the performance of Governor Rotimi, where else do I take it to? I was very delighted to see the level of engagement you gave him. Yes. You know, Governor Rotimi was a student activist. And sometimes I see that he struggles between remaining a student activist and becoming one of the bourgeoisie elite. And I think that that struggle was what you were seeing. But nonetheless, I do want to publicly acknowledge some of the really interesting development work that does go on in his state of Rivers State. It's very important that we should see more and more evidence of governance, because ultimately that's what the citizens are looking for. I want to thank Bolaji Abdullahi for welcoming me to this event. Bolaji, as you know, used to be a ferocious journalist that had an opinion on everything we did when I was in government. So today, as I sit on the sideline and I watch him struggling to explain himself, you know, I can't help a little moment of wicked, good for him. But Bolaji is certainly someone who is trying to bring some new thinking to youth leadership and the youth participation in the process of development. And this morning, he reminded me that he also leads the sports ministry. And I said, oh my God, that epicenter of corruption. May God help him. Bolaji, thanks for welcoming me. I was actually hoping that my other wonderful brother, Kayode Fayemi, who was supposed to be here, would be here. He's still coming. That's the problem. They used to be one of us. And so to be publicly late like this, we have to watch out for people all the time. Because the productivity of nations is time. I know that he will come and he would still get my tongue. Shared all the pleasantries with you. I want to say, considering that I was quietly, young. And I can open up for discussion every matter that can be subject to debate and dialogue. And that it would be fine for me to both encourage and to admonish. To admonish on the basis of the modest wisdom that I have acquired, both good and bad, over the years in my experiences. No matter how much our position on the subject matter of debate may be, what I'd like to gain from you is a trust that you will hear from me only the truth that is based on facts. I want to believe that every one of you, the young people that are in this hall today, just as is the case with my 3 sons that are within your generation, because the twins are 23 and their younger brother is 19. I want to believe that as a mom or a mother figure, that you can count on me as being someone who understands the burst of energy of youth that many of you today wear like clothing. In fact, I find it sometimes pretty uncanny how much your passion resembles the passion that friends like Pat Utomi, Kayode Fayemi that I referred to earlier, and myself had in those 80s and 90s when we always stood out publicly to take on a campaign against militarism and were campaigning for democracy and for good governance. Don't let Governor Fayemi distract you. Just listen to the speech. Therefore, as I prepared for this speech to you, I read an article by David Wright, and I will return to that article later. And I could relate to the article. In that article, he posits that there is a globalized generation of youth, often referred to as the millennial generation. I call the Nigerian variant of that millennial generation the turning point generation. He says they believe that they can change the world for the better, but they are unsure what they should change the world to. So they search for an ideology or system of belief to use as a foundation for the change they seek. They are actually searching for something worth living for or dying for. Can you relate to that? I have to find out. Can you relate to that?